Welcome back everyone, I'm John, this is trading lesson 10 and we're back on the candles, lesson 2 of part 2 of the candles. Let's jump in. What is a candle pattern? Part 2. Types of candles and the meaning of them. So on the left side we have a bearish enfanglement bar. The buyers are losing ground, there are more sales than buying. So what do we see here? We see two candles beside each other. So the first candle, if you look it on day, we pick a day time frame. So you see a smaller body and a big body that enfungles him, so he eats him up, we call it. And this means that the price action could change of direction. Why does it say this? Because if it's on a support level, that means that this is a support, so that it was when you draw your support and resisting lines, you will know what I mean. When we draw this one on top, that means if this hits a support level, that the market could change of direction, so that you know that you have to short the market at that point. Let me explain what happens in this market. First of all, we opened a market here, we closed them, and the next candle always opens at the same period, at the same price where normally the other one closed. So normally if the drawing would be perfectly, that should be the same line also. So I just adjusted that a bit, that you guys know. So what happened? The first candle was a very small one, and the second one, the sellers had completely control over that day and made sure that the market went completely down and that he completely ate up the first candle. So when you see this sign into a market, that means that the direction of the market can change. So that's why it's very important to remember what candles do and how they work. So do you come across this at the resistance line? The ceiling. So if this is a ceiling, that means that the direction will the market change of direction. So that means when this is a ceiling part of it, that the market could change to the different directions. And if there is a support on the other side, it means also that the market, if you have the upside one, that the market would change the other direction. This is called a bearish enfanglement bar. You can just take a picture of this, put it into a map so that you know it is what it is. And you need it to be sure that you remember these things, because we will have an exercise, not this day, a few lessons further we have an exercise for this. So try to remember these things, because you really need to know these things so that you know what the market is saying. So I go over it again. So the market is going up and the buyers are in control here. At this point there was a resisting line and the buyers had no longer control over it. They went a bit over the resisting line, but the sell pressure came too much for them and the sellers gained control again. So the market went down again and the closing action was here. After that point, if the market closes here, that would be a perfect entry to say that okay, the market is going down, we're gonna put a sell order. So that means we're going downwards with the market, and we would have gained, like if you have it like here, you would have gained that much percentage, and then you stopped your level here somewhere to make sure to get out of the market again. And this would be your gainings that you had then. That would have been like, if you make this on Bitcoin, maybe 2% or something like that. But that's a nice way to gain money. Now you have the other way also. You have also a bullish enfanglement bar. That means you have a smaller body being eaten by a bigger one again, but then the opposite side. So that means if you have a smaller body, first of all, went downwards the pressure, and then the other one made a lot of buying pressure and gained and eat it up completely again. That means that the market would also change direction if there was a line of support down here. So if we look at it like this, you can see on the sideways. Do you come across this on the support ground? You will the market change of direction? Of course it will change of direction, because what has happened here, we had a downwards pressure, so a lot of people was selling at the market. There is a support level at this point somewhere, and we had a bearish enfanglement here. A bullish enfanglement here. So at that point you saw that there was selling pressure going down, but the buyers gained that day completely control of the market, and he went over the previous candle. So that's why the patterns in the candles are very important. So we know, as this is an indicator, that it shows that the market is going to the other side again. So then when you have against your resistance on top, then you know when you need to look at different patterns, but we will go over a lot of them. So this is just one of them. And this is how you can read bullish entanglement. The previous one is a bearish entanglement, and they both work on support and resisting levels. Thank you much for the attention. Much love for everyone. Smile and be thankful. Love each other. And I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Ciao!